Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and it is Paydirt review time again. And I am continuing my series where I am going through some of the biggest bags of Paydirt I could find to see if I could get some good gold and to find out what my gold per pound is going to be. A new criteria I'm doing just for this month's videos. And for today, we're going to be going through Crisson Mines 15 to 1 gallon bag. It's a $50 bag of Paydirt, and it should weigh right around 8 pounds for a gallon. So it'll be interesting to find out. All that's left is I need to go classify this down and pan it out. But first, let's just show you the description. So as you saw, pretty decent description. It does give you a lot of information. It could use a little bit more, but it's not horrible. Let's just weigh this bag of Paydirt up. Again, it is supposed to be 1 gallon. I don't have a gallon jug here to put it in. It looks like a gallon, but let's just weigh it up. 10 pounds, 5 point something ounces. There you go. Now that it's not on the pan, 10 pounds, 9.3 ounces. I would say that's a gallon. Pretty happy with that. Now let's just open this up. It is double bagged. I can't tell if it's damp or not. It looks a little damp, but we're going to find out. Really thick bag. More rubber bands. Yeah, it's damp. Yeah, this stuff's pretty damp, so I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go dry this off, and then we're going to come back and classify it. Okay, finished drying out the material. It is really dry now. Took me a very long time. This is a lot of material to try to dry. I did weigh it up off camera to see if it weighed less due to water loss, and it did lose 6 ounces. It is still over 10 pounds at 10 pounds 3 ounces. So still happy with that. It is still a gallon of material. And let's just listen to some music and classify this down. So, finished classifying all this material down, and there is a lot of it. The vast majority of it is in these two classifications, with a little bit more in the plus 10 or a little bit less in the plus 10, but almost nothing in the minus 40. So I'm going to be curious to see if there's anything magnetite in there. I don't think there'll be very much, though. A little bit. Really not too much. Try and check this one. I know in the last video I didn't check for magnetics, and that was just because it was so much material. Almost nothing in this one. So I would say this should be really easy to pan with no real black sands, but if you've ever done crushed material, it looks like a fairy exploded in it. All you will see is stuff that glitters that is not gold. So it'll be really challenging, but not too bad since there's nothing in the -40. That's really where it usually gets you when you start seeing all this glitter everywhere and you're trying to pan out the gold with it. But only way to find out where the gold's at is to pan it out. So let's go set up some water and pan this material out. So have my water set up, have my Paydirt, well, at least the +10 here, and let's just get started with that and do some panning and listen to some more music. Well, finished panning everything out as you saw, and I have to say this material is really clean material to go through, especially compared to the last review I did where that material was extremely dirty. Now that's not to say this Paydirt is easy to go through because it does have its own challenges. While it doesn't have a lot of magnetite or black sands in it, it does have a lot of things that like to sparkle or glitter that are not gold, from crushed mica to who knows what else, but it is very challenging to go through. It's one of those ones where you keep thinking you saw gold and it wasn't gold. But let's just get to the gold I did find. In the plus 10, I did find one nice little nugget in there. It's definitely a picker, definitely a picker. But there you go, nice piece of gold. And then in the minus 10, plus 20, even more gold. A nice little pile there, probably 25, maybe 30 pieces in there. And then in the minus 20, plus 40, even more gold. About 12, 13 pieces in there, maybe 15. Again, a nice little pile of gold. And lastly, in the minus 40, even more gold, but not much, and the dime just covered it up. Probably 4 or 5 tiny little pieces in there. Now, when I panned this out, I didn't actually find any in the minus 40. This is stuff I found in the upper classifications. So there was minus 40 gold, just not in the material I panned. It just so happened to want to hitch a ride in the larger material. So let's just weigh this up to see what we got. In the plus 10. 0.225 grams. And the minus 10 plus 20, 0.340. And the minus 20 plus 40, 0.110, and lastly, in the minus 40, which I know is not going to budge this scale, but we're going to put it on there anyway. Zero. So let's just weigh it all up to see what we got. 0.675. All right, there you go. I'm going to be right back with my ROI and my review. All right, finished calculating my ROI, writing up my review, and let's get right to it. This again was from Crisson Gold Mine. It was their 15-to-1 bag, which means they take 15 gallons of ore and crush it up into 1 gallon of concentrates. It had no guaranteed amount of gold. In fact, they say they don't add or put any gold in it, so you could totally get skunked by their description. Its cost was $50. Shipping was $15.05. So total cost right here, $65.05. Now the gold I recovered, again right here, 0.675 grams. Gold spot on the day this was received was $53.04, making this gold's value worth $35.80, which makes my ROI 55.03%, or on my scale, a 5.5, which isn't bad. And in fact, I actually, after I wrote up this review, looked up my previous Crisson mine review because I couldn't remember if I had done the 15-to-1 bag or the 75-to-1 bag. And I actually did the 75-to-1 bag previously, and I only got a 45% ROI on that bag. So this bag is obviously much better to me so far, where I've gotten a 55% ROI. Now for fun factor, I'm going to give it a 7. I did find gold in every classification. Now, I didn't find much in the +10 or in the -40, with it only being one piece in the +10, but it was a nice sized piece. Now, in the -40, I did only find 3 pieces, but there was a lot less -40 material compared to the rest of the material, so it wasn't that bad. And I did find gold in every classification. The Paydirt was fun to go through. There was a lot of it to go through. So for fun factor, I'm going to give it a 7. Now for Paydirt description, I'm only giving them a 6. There's not a lot of information on there about the Paydirt itself. There's a lot about the mill they use, about tours, and all kinds of other things, but not a ton of information about the Paydirt itself. It did come wet, and they didn't state it could be wet, so for description, it's only a 6. Now for quantity and packaging, I'm giving them a 9.5. 10 for quantity because it did weigh more than what a gallon of dirt would weigh. And for the packaging, it came in 2 thick Mylar bags that were very wrapped in rubber bands, so they're getting a 9.5 for quantity and packaging. For customer service and shipping, they're getting a 10. It shipped out really quickly, the same as the last review I did, which was surprising considering this is a heavy amount of material to ship out, but it went out really quickly. And the customer service was excellent. In fact, the person who ordered this Paydirt for me got a phone call from Crisson Mine the same day they had placed their order, because the Crisson Mine employees had typed in the wrong address when they were printing up the label, and it showed as a non-existent address, and they called to verify the address. So shipping was really good. Customer service was really good. They even answered an email I sent from a dummy account really quickly. So really impressed with their customer service and shipping. So they're getting a 10. So total score right here for Crisson Gold Mine's 15-to-1 bag is a 7.6. So pretty good score. I'm not going to complain about this score. It was a lot of material to go through. It took me a very long time to go through it all. The ROI was pretty decent considering this is a no guarantee bag. The price wasn't astronomical for the amount of dirt you got. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this. So all that's left is to flash up the score and give away a 24 karat gold plated dime. So let's just flash up the score right here. Now before I give away today's 24 karat gold plated dime, I do need to give a shout out to one of my newest Patreon members, and that is Matt Strawn. So Matt Strawn, I hope I didn't butcher up your name, but you know who you are, and thank you very much for joining my Patreon page. And if anyone else is interested in my Patreon page, simply go to patreon.com/Miller Prospecting. Now for today's 24 karat gold plated dime winner, that's going to go to Montana Treasure Hunter. So Montana Treasure Hunter, make sure you email me so I can send this off to you. And to everyone else, thanks for watching and happy panning. And if you're not a subscriber, make sure you hit the subscribe button below.